Welcome to another edition of 42 Straight Years In. On my Crackhead update, I ran into Pizza. Man, well, I saw this morning, and it's cold in hell in Dallas. It's 21 degrees. Ice everywhere. It is cold. But she had a coat on. She was on her way to 7-Eleven. And I was out trying to get some ice off the windshield. And so I said, hey, what's going on? She said, man, you heard all that shooting last night? I said, yeah, I heard a couple of AKs and everything, man. Everybody was busting. She said, man, they were shooting over there by our apartment. She said, my old man told me, Super Crip is an old man now. He told me, come on, baby, let's get up under the bed. Man, they're after it, man. They shooting up the place, man. We might have to move out from over here. They shooting up everything. Come on, get up under the bed. See, we got up under the bed. See, we was all hugged up. See, he started licking. I said, shit, that's all he do. Said, dawg, he don't lick. He lack. So I ain't even got to wash that box. Because he cleans that motherfucker out. He cleans it out. I said, I thought he do all these drive-bys. He said, shit, they was shooting like a motherfucker. He was up under the bed trembling like hell. Tell my man, we might have to call the police. I said, oh man, not the Super Crip. He ain't got to call the police. He said, yeah, he was scared to death. He said, I was trying to talk to him. He said, shh, be quiet. They'll hear us. They're going to come through that door. And they're going to shoot both of us. Because they don't like me. Because I bang too hard for them. I said, yeah. She said, could you give me a ride to 7-Eleven? 7-Eleven is only about a football field away from where I live. You can just walk to that 7-Eleven. That's his old lady. It wouldn't be for that, I would have gave her a ride. But I know how dudes is. They jealous of these women. So I wouldn't give her no ride. She walked on the way. I asked her, I said, yeah, where's that Lambo he said he was going to get? Oh, he working on it. I said, all right, man, good luck to y'all. That's my Crackhead update. Y'all know what it is. Get your motherfucking shanks out. And let's get ready to ride. I uploaded a couple pictures of different characters that I be talking about. Bear has already had been uploaded. And people wanted to see Cat. I only had a picture of Cat when he was young. The picture that's on my community page, that's taken in 1977 at the Ramsey unit. Cat was young then. But, I've said before, when I worked in his office, I was too young to deal with this man. Don't forget, he is a psychiatrist. He is a psychiatrist, so I figured him out later on as I got older. I figured him out. What he would do, while he would have, his nickname was Wildcat, he'd have inmates talk to him and introduce themselves and talk to him and just call him Cat. Just like you and him, the best of friends. You could talk to him, you could curse, say whatever you want to say. He was the only Texas prison warden you can do that with. All the rest of them, you had to say yes, sir, no, sir, stand with your hands behind your back. Like in the military, when you had ease, that's how you had to stand. You could not be moving your hands around and saying, yeah, man. No, you couldn't say none of that shit to none of them other wardens. I mean, not one could you say that shit to, except him. What his scheme was, he would get you to relax, and you'll talk to him like you and him the best of friends. That way you'll slip up and give him some news that he can use. He'll figure you out real fast. So that was his purpose of just having an informal discussion with an inmate. And another thing, he interact with inmates. That's why he knows so much about an inmate. He the only warden you would see go in the gym put some boxing gloves on, and spar with an inmate or work out with the inmates. That's why he was in top physical shape. Now, looking at that picture, the inmate who took that picture the camera was pointing down, so Cat don't look that tall. Cat was 6'6". He was not no fucking little dude. See how big that man's arms is? He in top physical shape. And he would get inmates to relax. That way you would talk to him like you would a guy on the cell block. That's what he wanted you to do. That way he'll get more information out of it. And he can come up with his own assessment and give you a response. But if you came to him with some ignorant shit, he gonna respond likewise. You come to him and talk to him man to man, you'll get some results. All that bullshit about the work is hard and the guards bothering me, the inmate guards jump me, they got me paying protection. He don't want to hear none of that shit. Because he going to reflect back on when you was on the outside, you had a total disregard for society. You didn't have no empathy for people on the outside. So he ain't going to show you none. You had to earn your shit with him. And he more or less, he interacted with the inmates who were the so-called troublemakers. Inmates who fight all the time, inmates who stab people up, inmates who done kill another inmate. He interact with those guys better, and they'll get more from him than this so-called model inmate. You ain't got nothing coming with him. He expect you to defend yourself and to stand up. He didn't never expect you to go along with all them fucking rules and all that shit. He don't expect you to do that. So he was very unpredictable. I've seen inmates do things like JT took the guard's gun. We just know they gonna kill JT. Cat didn't lay a hand on JT. He expect JT to do that. That's why he put him right back in one hole with that same guard who talked about his mother. He know JT was gonna attack this man. That's why he did that. He expected guards to be just like he was, be able to defend himself. Hell, he got a fucking .357 Magnum. But JT was able to creep up on him and take his damn gun and then empty that motherfucker on him. They didn't lay a hand on JT. Cat personally came out there and put him in the car with him and drove him back to the prison. JT did not get beat up at all because he expects you to do that. The same way I got transferred from Ramsey 2 over to Ramsey 1 where Cat was. They brought me over there in a van because the prisons is real close to each other. Well, Ramsey 2 don't exist no more. They call it the Scream Fella unit. Ramsey 3 wasn't even in existence. It's the Terror unit. It didn't even exist back then. And when I got over there, I expected to get the shit stomped out of me. Burr didn't bother me, and Cat didn't bother me. All he told me was, the inmate guards over here are way tougher than he is at Ramsey 2. I'm going to tell you that. He said, they got shanks too. Just like you can get one, they already got them. So there's possibility if you stab one of them over here, they may kill you. He sentenced me to 15 days in solitary, and that was it. I didn't get beat up. He respected the guys who were standing up for their damn self. It's just like once during the warden's interview, after cotton season is over with, he give out jobs. But it's only so many jobs. Ramsey had the furniture factory, feed mill, you got to be an outside trustee to work there. The hog barn, you got to be an outside trustee. The chicken house, you got to be an outside trustee. A dog boy, you got to be an outside trustee. Stock boy, you handle the cows and the horses, you got to be an outside trustee to get that job. And they had the fence squad. Ramsey's 14,000 acres, they got a fence squad. They go around repairing the barbed wire and installing barbed wire. They're called a fence squad. Then they had the lot squad. Those are guys who clean up in the barn and feed some of the horses that's stable. So they had quite a few jobs. But they needed more field hands than they needed inside workers. Then they got the laundry, the kitchen, the education department, the gym. A lot of guys work in the gym. Most of the guys work in the gym, they played sports. So they give them a gym job. A lot of the guys on the Ramsey Unit basketball team, they worked in the gym. And that's something, but it's totally different now. We had intramural sports between different prisons. Each prison had a basketball team, a baseball team, a volleyball team, and a boxing team. Each unit had it. And they traveled from unit to unit playing against each other. When you go to one of those games, man, they had a band in there jamming. Man, it was just like on the outside. Except they don't have cheerleaders. But anyway, after the cotton season is over with, and that's one of their major crops. Once it's in, all the cotton is in, he started giving out jobs. Some guys, he done promised them a job because they're a good worker in the fields. But it's only limited on how many people can work in the laundry, how many people can work in the inmate dining room. It's only limited how many of those jobs they have. So he would trap a lot of guys. His favorite thing was ask a guy, he say, what can you do? Guy came in there, say, Warden, I done made it through this cotton season. I picked a lot of cotton. Cat would ask him this. He say, did I promise you a job? We say, no, sir. He said, but I'm a good worker. I've been in the field 5 years. He say, what can you do? One of these street slick inmates, first thing he gonna say is anything. He gonna cover all bases. So that will be his downfall. Instead of saying something specifically what he can do. He would say, can you fly a helicopter? He'd say, no, sir. He said, well, get your lying ass out of my motherfucking office. Don't come back in here no more. Get your ass out of my office. And sometime he would ask a guy, he said, is it a full moon outside? Man, it's in the middle of September. Sun is hot as hell down in South Texas. Dude, look at him crazy. He said, boy, this in the daytime. Ain't no moon out in the daytime. He said, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'll give you a job whenever you see the moon during the daytime. Now you look for that moon. When you see that moon, I'll give you a job. Dude walk out of there scratching his head. Can't figure that shit out. And another thing he would tell guys, he said, what can you do? Guys say, I can do anything. He said, I tell you what. Go catch me 100 live flies. Now I want you to count them. 100 live flies. Bring them back in my office, and I'll give you a job. Dude say, Ward, where am I going to get the flies at? He said, where am I going to get the job at? He catch these dudes all the time. Man, but I didn't ever try to interact with him that much. I would let him talk to me, which I'm in there a lot of time, just me and him in that office. And I done finished my typing. I'm sitting over there studying my college textbook. I might have a class that night, and he'll talk to me. You know, he told me why he chose me for that job. Number one, I hadn't been in prison but a minute. I already done stabbed the inmate guard at Eastham. I done hit a motherfucker with an Aggie. I already done jumped Captain Badass out in the field. I done knocked his funk ass off that horse with an Aggie. So even though I was young as hell, ain't been locked up but a minute, I done put in some major work so them old timers won't fuck with Captain Bad. I done lit his ass up. Then I got visits all the time. I'm in the college program. So he would let me work in that office in close proximity to him. They feel like I'm trustworthy. He'll check your inmate account. I got money on my account. I didn't got to play the prison games. I didn't have no habits, didn't smoke cigarettes, didn't drink coffee, didn't drink homebrew wine. I didn't do none of that shit. They be sitting drinking wine. I'd be sitting drinking hot chocolate. I was focused on trying to find something in that law library that I could send in my appeal lawyer that can help my ass get out of the prison. That's what I was working on. I stayed focused on that. Then I got college. I stayed busy all the time. A day didn't have enough hours in it for me. I got college, I got homework to do, I got a lot of typing. U of H require all homework, all tests to be typed. They don't want handwritten shit. Your first course is typing 101. Everything must be typed. Now, hell, it would take you 6, 7 years just to earn a associate's degree the way they run the college program now. Back then, you could carry many courses as you could do the work. I know guys carry 7 courses. That's why they graduate so fast. They earn their credits fast as hell if you could do the work. Now, we had the student loan and the Pell Grant, but the prison system paid for your education. They put that money in your inmate trust fund. That's your money to do as you please. So it was a hell of a benefit to enroll in college, especially if a guy didn't get money from the outside. He automatically gonna get his student loan and that Pell Grant. So he'll have money. But a lot of guys still wouldn't participate in anything. They so wired up in that prison, ignorant ass shit, man, they don't want to take no self-improvement courses. Man, I talked to a lot of guys in college. Man, these guys will say, man, I wish I knew this stuff on the outside. There's no fucking way in the world I would be locked up. They finally figured out how capitalism and how America works. Like someone in the comment section told me that I need to wake up. They was talking about white supremacy. Okay, if this stuff is covert now, not back in the day, it was overt. It was throw it right in your face. Now it's under the table. But still, you live in America. You got to function in the system at hand. Ain't a damn thing you can do about it. You got to function. You got to feed your family and feed yourself. So you got to overcome all them fucking obstacles. How you think I would feel earning a college degree in a prison? Hell, I didn't lay up and just get to study all day. I had to go in them fucking fields and pick cotton and corn and all type of fucking shit, peanuts, potatoes, and still go to class at night. And I was able to do it. I couldn't even take a shower when we come in that evening. I'm dirty as fuck, been out in that hot sun and all that dirt. I got to go straight on to the cell once they shake me down. Oh, Lord, shake me down. I put them same dirty-ass clothes back on and run to the cell and get my college book so I won't be late for class. And I still was able to graduate. The fuck you talking about hardship? You think that shit ain't hard? Out here, you ain't got to go pick no fucking cotton in no 100-degree weather. Back then, we worked. They didn't have no limit on what the temperature is. They didn't give a fuck about no temperature. Your ass was going to work. 110, you still was going to work. Now they got rules in place. I think if it's 94 and rising, they don't go out. If it's 45 and dropping, they don't go to work. They didn't have them type of rules back in the day. You got to look at Texas prison was governed by the warden. Whatever that unit warden said, that's what go. They didn't have no federal court oversight. They didn't have all these organizations looking over their shoulders. Shit, cat wouldn't last a hot minute under this present prison system. Inmates would be screaming bloody murder because he got a free-for-all policy. You know, the way he ran things, it really curtailed a lot of violence. If he got open season, a lot of inmates gonna walk carefully because he know he can get his ass taken off the counter. So a lot of petty ass shit not gonna go on. Look at the prison now. All the little punk ass gangbangers, they standing back scheming and scamming. All of them broke damn near. Don't get no money from home. They broke into 10 commandments. They sitting around, you come from commissary looking at your set. They're just like some of these old 304s is over in the projects. You come through in a nice car, nice clothes, they all looking, who is that? Who is that? That's the way the dudes is. Look at that big ass sack he got. Boy, I wish that was my homeboy. Motherfucker, if you ain't had nothing on the outside, you damn near ain't gonna have nothing on the inside. You ain't got family support out here, you ain't gonna have none on the inside. So you gonna be in that motherfucker on your own. And I don't see nothing fun about it being incarcerated. I don't see nothing that you can brag on. I'd really be ashamed to tell some motherfucker how long I was locked up. I'm really ashamed to tell a person that. All I tell them sometime, if it depends on who I'm talking to, I say, oh man, I was in there for a long time, and I leave it like that. I don't want to tell them the exact number of years. Once I was getting a job at Goodwill. The man in Goodwill told me, say, you ain't been in no prison. He was looking for some rambling idiot to come in, some of the guys he interviewed. He said, man, I don't even believe you've been in prison. He saw I was updated on current events and got college degrees, trying to figure out how the hell this man get a college degree in a prison. I had to go all the way back to where I was living at and get my release papers and take them all the way back to North Austin to the damn Goodwill office just to prove to this caseworker that I was incarcerated. Just because you don't act like a damn fool. I was a fool in my own ways because I've been around so much fucking violence, I can easily revert back to it. It's real easy to do. That's why I walk light, I talk soft, and I carry a big stick. If I see where my life's gonna be taken, it's a wrap for you. You better go ahead and take it. You give me any chance whatsoever, I'll be judged by a jury of 12 than to be carried by 6. That's why I don't go out. I choose my company very careful. And I've been around so many fucking men, I'd rather be around the fucking females. I love to be around the females. Nothing strange to me see a naked woman walking around my house. I love that. Sitting beside me with no clothes on. We sitting there watching a movie. I enjoy that. But I don't never get too comfortable. Because I know it don't take but a couple strokes on a computer keyboard and your whole life can change for the worse. They can enter the right shit in that computer and it's a wrap for you. Your whole world will crumble. I don't never forget the past, but I don't dwell on it. All the hell I done been through. Shit, if I sit here and worry about, oh Lord did this, Cat did this, I wouldn't get no fucking where in life. That happened. I got to move forward. What I'm gonna do? Continuously live in the fucking past? Doing these YouTube videos, talking about this shit really helps me. It helps me out. And I wish to shout out to all my loyal subscribers who've been with me since day one. Man, we done rolled this damn train. I got a lot of shit going on. I just don't talk about it on no fucking YouTube. This is not the platform. It's easy to get a strike on YouTube. Easy to do. They done got their checks. They got some money. The streets is quiet. They in these motels right now. Miraculously, people allow them to come in their house when they got some money. They gonna smoke crack and all that other shit with them. Spend up all them fools' money, then put them out, and back to the shelter they go. The shelter is half full. All of them who get checks, they gone. Y'all keep your shanks ready, but they done got their crazy checks. And they ain't begging. It's a few still out. It's cold as hell in Dallas. They all underground now. A lot of shelters and churches open up to a lot of homeless to come in out of the cold. Y'all support me over on Patreon. And I'm getting my channel set up to start selling merchandise. I'm going to start out with about 2 items and see how that go on Teespring. I'm getting that set up. And y'all like and subscribe. And I thank you for watching. Yeah, a shout out to Monk TV from Longview, Texas. He shouted me out on his Instagram. I got it on my community page. Shout out to Monk TV. Y'all have a blessed day. And I hope all of us have a prosperous 2022. I thank you for watching.